Today we are attempting the last two northern peaks, High Pike and Carrock Fell. Carrock Fell first, then High Pike. Days are getting shorter, so we've got an early start today. We're up at 6, and there's a car park that Louise knows, which we are going to attempt to find this morning.
Well, we've picked a right old day for doing Carrock Fell today. It's meant to be a challenge anyway, but today it's really foggy up top. So let's see if I can show you. So we're going up there. You can't see the top at all. So I don't know how much filming I'm going to do today. That Stone End Farm over there. Here we go. Time is 9:05 in the morning. And we're off. Louis says there's blue sky over there. Shame we're going over there. Quite a straightforward track to begin with.
Just pause the video here to show you the route that we should have taken in the dotted line. But we saw the scree up the top there, and some of the YouTube videos we'd watched said it was quite difficult to go through. So we thought we saw a footpath over on the left, which is designated by this next line. We tried walking along it, got a little bit lost, couldn't find the route to where we thought we were going to go. So we end up going on this blue line instead, which obviously meant that we end up meeting back at the route that we should have been on. So there's a couple of trees up there we're aiming for, just as a guide. This is the view after about 12 minutes of walking.
Yeah, totally obvious.
Louise has found an obvious path. Which
You can see it now, how it runs right the way down.
Yeah, it is an obvious path actually. And this is it going up. So don't do what we did, use the path. 2 bits of advice: take the simple path, because there is one, despite the fact that we didn't see it straight away. Well, we did see it, we decided to go a different route, and now we're on it anyway. And the second bit of advice is to make sure you start off a little bit cold. Don't put coats on unless you absolutely have to, because within 2 minutes you're going to be sweating. So jackets have come off, back to basics, and this is the path, which, as you see, and actually very easy to walk on at this point. When I say easy, I'm talking navigation wise, grip. The ground's pretty solid, but obviously challenging in terms of steepness. It is very steep, can't walk very fast, but you just adjust to that. You can see the path, as you might be able to see, dripping with sweat. Slowly becoming misty as you go down the valley, as you look down the valley, as we start climbing up. Looks like there's a lot of water in the air. I can hear a waterfall or a stream or something up ahead. Oh, can see it as well. We have our stream, our little waterfall, and it's steeper, and the trees that we could see from the bottom. It's quite tough, this bit, because the ground's becoming a little more loose. From that little waterfall, the mist has come in quite hard now. It's making it more difficult to see the valley bottom. It's not going to be one of those videos with glorious views, I'm afraid.
The valley bottom's completely gone now. See those trees though that we were aiming for. I think the worst of it's probably happened. I think it's still a way to go, but I think it does become less steep once you get to the top here. Yeah, you're right.
The wind's now, but it wasn't before.
Yeah, it's a bit colder, but it's easier underfoot. We've got past the scree.
I'm quite liking the breeze at the minute.
Yeah,
It's still a bit hot.
there's a lot of water in the air, so we're just going to get wet.
We're going to have to,
That's the only thing.
probably once I get to what I consider to be the top, which probably isn't,
Coats on.
put my coat on, take this jumper off, because I don't want it to get soaked.
Yeah. There is a bit of sunshine.
And the mist is rolling behind us. It's kind of Halloweeny weather, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that could potentially be the top. Not sure. The sun is trying to come out, but that's the view. In other words, no view. I've had to take my glasses off so I can see, because the amount of water on them is ridiculous. False summit. Across this bit here to the next peak. This potentially looks like the top, but you never know when you can't see very far. Might not be. What do you think? Looks like there's more in front, doesn't it? Little mini lunch stop shelter. I like these.
I do as well. It's a really good idea.
But I don't think that's the top. I reckon the top's further that way.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. And there we have it. The top of Carrock Fell. It's cold, it's wet, it's windy. There's naffle views in any direction. But we are here. We did it. Excuse the snotty nose. Time to get a photo, I guess. This bit feels a bit like a stroll in the park. It's virtually flat, slight downhill. Bit challenging underfoot. Trying to find places where you can cross and not get absolutely sunken in the ground.
At this point, the weather was so bad that I had to put the Osmo Pocket 3 away and just take clips using my iPhone. We passed round Knot and then crossed the Cumbrian Way and then started the footpath that went up to High Pike.
Excuse the crap image, but this is the top of High Pike. Nice bench to sit on, enjoy the views.
He says here is a portion of that loveliness that once he made more lovely.
In memory of Mick Lewis.
I love trees like High Pike.
From the car to the top of High Pike had taken us about 2.5 hours, and it was time for lunch before heading back down and making our way back to the car. We had to keep an eye out for the disused mines because the footpath would be soon after this.
Finally the weather's improved a little bit as we've headed off High Pike, got to the mines, disused mines, and now making our way down the valley and eventually back to the car. So just cutting across here. Obviously we can now see the bottom again in the distance through the mist. Still misty, but it's much better. We've met 3 groups of people, including a couple that were doing what we did, plus a few more. I think they were doing something like 12 miles or something today. I think our walk is about 7. As you can see, the path here is easy. At some point we're going to be bearing off right so that we don't go too far down the road and have to come back on ourselves a bit. But look at the view now. Just approaching the branch in the path where we're going to go to the right. And up there is Carrock Fell. Doesn't look quite so bad now. Quite a few people coming down it. We've arrived at the road. It's beautiful down here now. Now that we are back, you should be able to see, hopefully clearly, the path that goes up. It goes up there, around there. And now Carrock Fell is clear of all mist, typical. The whole thing's taken us just over 4 hours, including a lunch stop. It's now 20 to 2, 4 hours and 22 minutes including lunch. There's quite a few cars parked in here now.
High Pike, Carrock Fell.
Like a ritual, isn't it?
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, that group.
That's 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Cool. I'm going to leave you with a few photographs of our day. The main things from here really is just to make sure you're properly kitted out. The weather difference between the bottom and the top were very, very different. At the bottom it was a beautiful day, at the top it was very wet, so even though the forecast was 0% chance of rain, we did get very wet just because the amount of moisture in the air. Make sure you also take some really good boots. There was a lot of scree and also areas where the water on the ground made the boggy areas really, really bad. So footwear, clothing, make sure you get those right. Take a hot drink with you and enjoy it. As you see from the pictures, the scenery really wasn't particularly great on the day, but we still had a great time, and we gave ourselves plenty of time should there be any issues. It was quite nice as well not to have loads and loads of people around. We had the place to ourselves, and it makes meeting other people a bit more special as well. So enjoy the walk and post some pictures of your time up there. It'd be nice to see what views we missed. Till next time, bye bye.